So back again here at the website. This time we're going to go more in depth into the code and my database connectivity. So we're going to start off by logging in, and you can see that it doesn't work because these text fields look into the database and search for things that match. So we're going to have to create a new profile. We're going to name this one Jackie Chan. Let's just call him Jackie Chan. Password movies. I don't know, movies. So we're going to create that profile and successfully create a profile. So what this is, it takes each of these text fields are a column in a table. So we're going to show that right now. So in table student, you can see, let's refresh this. Okay. Now we can see Jackie Chan is here. First name, last name, username, password. Each one of those are here text fields. So we're going to look at our code for that. So what I used is I used dance class registration website entities. I used entities for this for entities to work. I created a entity data model here, and I put it in the models folder in a thing called database stuff. Clicking into this, you can see your table data model and everything that you need in it. This is what Visual Studios looks at when it comes to your management studio in your database, because this is the entity. So this is what your code will talk to, which is also connected to the database through by connecting it with the server and testing with the connection. Okay, so now go back to create new profile. So I use the using statement because when it comes to entities, you want to you have to open up the database, and after you do anything with it, you have to dispose it so that you can work on new code. By using a using statement, that it does it for you. Visual Studio does it for you. So what entities does, it lets you look into each table and lets you manipulate the code in the manipulate the table and entering code, removing data, adding information through this entities. So create a variable for each of the text fields, and then create a new student from table students. And then these on the left here are all the column names. So each one of these are going to be placed into a new column, which is the new table student. After that, you add that new student into the table students and save changes. If it's successful, it gives you a prompt, which you can see here, successfully created your profile. Now it's a good thing to use a try catch here, because if you don't have a try catch and there's already a username, there's already a profile with the same username, then your code will break. Adding a try catch here lets the user know that if the username is already taken, hey, choose something else, because it prevents people from having two usernames in the database. So now we're going to go back to our website. Now go to login. Here we have no text fields that use of entities will look into the database to see if code match. So Jackie Chan as a username, password is movies. Movies. Let's just call this movie. Okay, I spelled movie wrong. When you log in, there's something wrong because your code does not work. It doesn't match what's in the database. But if you type in movies like we created earlier, then you log in. I'll look at the code for that. Login page. Okay. Oh, also You have to use a using statement up here where it tells you this web page to look into the folder where your data model entity is at. That's how you can that's how entities works. If you don't have that here, it doesn't know what this is. So once again, you create variables for the text fields, and then using statement website entities, I created a variable record database table student single or default. So what this single or default is, it shows if something is if there's a single information that's in the database. And what that information is, by using a lambda statement here, you can see that username, what's typed into the text field, is equal to username. This username is the username right here in the database. So that's how you do that. If it equals to that, if the user record is equal to null, meaning that it's not there, it equals to nothing, then it shows an error here. Now let's say Jackie Chan is in the database. Cool. I'll go to this next if statement. Now if the password is not there, is null, you can see it'll show you another error to acknowledge that, hey, you have two wrongs, or you have one of them is wrong. After that, if it's successful, you go to the registration page. No text from the login because it will redirect you right away to the registration page. Now we'll talk about the registration page, which is here. You can see that you can choose these. These are information straight from the database. Okay. Oh, you can't see it there. But, oh, I'm looking at the wrong one, sorry. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. That's what you see when it comes to those numbers here. That's the ID, class ID. Okay. When you add, let's say Jackie Chan wants to take hip hop 3. Add class, gives me a code that says successfully added class. Now let's look at the code for that. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so what you need to do first is to create table class. This is a list that is from the table, okay? So this is what this here turns all the information here and puts them into a list. That's important because what you need to do is put them into a list so that the drop-down list can see the information. Now if this is post back here to see if they actually exist in the database, and then you data bind so that it takes all that information and adds it to the thing. This right here is just for the session. If there's a user in, then it says the first name. If there's no user, it's blank. This iCreatable table class get classes is a method that it's a method, SQL method, but by using C#. So use another entities and then a lambda expression that shows that C is true, meaning that it displays the classes into the data to the drop down list. Okay. Now the button. Once this button here is the action. So you click int class ID, that's a variable that equals 0. Now you try to do a try parse. This is how you collect or not collect, pick an object in the drop down list with this code. Using another using statement so you don't have to dispose, you look now into the table registration. And now if the class ID and the user student ID. So whichever student clicks the class ID from here, then you add that to the table of registrations. The student is added to the registrations. Now you save the changes. Update alerts on this person's classes. There we go. Now, if there is no student, if this student is missing, if it's null, then it'll give out the error message saying, just a basic exception message. And so that's it. That's how I manipulated data through here. You can select things, add them in there. Through here, creating profile shows that you cannot have someone that's in there. You can also, it's a good way to remove people from the database. And this is where you can also update by creating a new profile. This here is my website. Thank you.